when we're focusing on weight loss or to stop overeating, when we learn that tool, it can really apply to so many parts of our life. I'm going to tell you today why you are overeating and what to do about it. So, have you ever wondered why you keep overeating? Or it could be why you eat something that was just not on your diet plan, that you hadn't intentionally tried to eat that day. Or you can combine those two, why you're overeating something not on your diet plan. Maybe you are doing really well at not eating sugar, but then you're up against a deadline at work and you're feeling a lot of stress, and your daughter is making your favorite cheesecake brownies. You can smell them from the other room, and you decide the solution to all your stress will be those cheesecake brownies. And it will just take the edge off a little bit, making the pain that you're going through at that moment with the deadline and the stress, it'll make it a little less painful. We just feel like we need something to take that painful feeling away. Okay, so this is what I call a buffer. A buffer is when we're using something external to change the emotion that we have internally. So it helps us hide from reality for a moment. It helps us to procrastinate, and it's what you do to avoid feeling the pain. Okay, we want to do 3 things: seek pleasure, avoid pain, and save energy. It's the human experience that we all have this primitive brain that wants to seek pleasure, avoid pain, and save energy. So we're constantly being bombarded with brilliant ways to seek pleasure. So when your feelings come up and you think you can't handle it, you'll want to do one of these 3 things. So I want you to think about that as we're talking about concentrated pleasure. We get a little boost of dopamine. Dopamine feels really good. It's one of our happy hormones. And then our brain decides that was really good and that was really important to have that boost of dopamine. So we continue to seek that pleasure. Our primitive brain thinks it's very important. Then what's the next thing? The cycle continues. So the more money we spend, the more we think spending is the answer. So we keep spending. The more we eat, the more we think eating is the answer. So we keep eating, and the cycle continues. Then what happens is we feel like the whole purpose of life is to have pleasure all the time and not ever have those negative emotions.